before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when we upload. Welcome to Rugby Heads, where we cover all things in the world of rugby, powered by the Pig Athletic Club. My name is Sean, and joining us are our regular rugby nerds, Kubu, Ryan Freeney, and Nemani Nadolo. Welcome, boys. Welcome.
G'day, mate. I know it's one of those things when people see me, they just go speak.
Yeah, sorry about that. But before we get started, if this is your first time joining us, or if you're regular here and you haven't done so yet, please hit that like and subscribe button and tell us how you see Super Rugby Round 6 turning out this weekend. Now, before we get into the Super Rugby action, we want to start off with try or no try. Freeney's segment, it's going off. They're not talking about it in the comments, but I can feel the vibe, the moment that it's going off. But Freeney, how's it going, mate? You actually did go viral last week, didn't it, mate? When you brought up a distant family member of mine. Carry on.
Oh, mate, this week I've got one try, and I think it's the potential for Rugby Australia to form a friendship with the French clubs, the French Rugby Union, the clubs, because we're potentially losing another, which I won't say his name, but there's a big prospect that, league is trying to battle us for at the moment. And then I think France have just come in, bonjour, a big fucking baguette full of cash. Come over here, cuzzy. But what I reckon, there needs to be some liaison officer, or there needs to be something written in their contracts with Rugby Australia saying, yeah, go over there, develop and become a better player. We'll keep an eye on you. And talk to the French clubs, and I don't know, get some sort of relationship going instead of getting pissed off, and all that sort of stuff. Like, think outside the box, like you can get these guys back in a couple of years. You haven't had to pay for the development of the player. They're getting good development. They're getting good. They're in it'd be pretty hard over in France. I'm not sure. Nems, you've played there. It's quite a bit of a dog-eat-dog world of what I've heard, but I reckon the development over there would be awesome, and you'd get a lot out of it. And I just think there's something there that could potentially be a thing. I don't know. I could be talking out my ass too. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, I think it's a good. But Nems probably know more about the Espoirs sort of program there.
I think probably the biggest hurdle you'll have there is once the French clubs take you, because they become so valuable over there in terms of they become GIF. Yeah. So they're not counted as locals. And I think that's where Australian rugby might struggle, because then, guys like Josh Tusova, he's counted as a local there. So therefore their value goes up, and you might not get him back. I just think the French will probably want it their way. But I think that's a really good point. At
least have some dialogue. At least have some chats. At least still hang a carrot out to come back.
Under 20s, get them back in under 20s. Maybe that could be a way.
Yeah, you're still signing a contract for X amount of years. Yeah, dangle the carrot. Come back. This is what we can do for you. They don't have to pay for their development as well. But I don't know how it would work. But I don't know. I just seeing a lot of getting a lot of messages from people just telling us about a new kid that's going, a new kid that's, up and coming and just sort of getting snapped up.
Well, maybe that's a reflection on our backyard. Maybe we need to do better in terms of trying to secure these guys and coming up with pathways. Like I had a conversation with someone about this, where you, rather than send them away, like you said, dangle a carrot over their heads or whatever, and say, listen, this is where we see you. This is what we, rather than working with top 14 clubs over there, you're working with clubs like Jeeps, Brothers, UQ, who have a little bit of money, and you can say, listen, this is where we see you year 1, year 2, year 3, and maybe that's where you can talk with clubs in Australia, and you can probably compensate a little bit there, because then private sponsors come in. And then, you're keeping your players in Australia, and they're playing top grade rugby, and I think it'll benefit that way in that sense. But I like the way you're saying we need to come up with a structure where we can keep these young kids and know that, look, money's not going to be the end all in the first few years of your career.
Yeah,
I think you hit the nail on the head with the dangling of the carrot, and it's just having a plan.
Yeah,
having a set plan, because from my understanding, a couple of the kids who have been signed over to France, they have got a clear plan. Their plan is, this is what we want you to do. This is where I think you need to improve. This is where I see you in 3 years. Blah 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 blah. Which I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, that's true. That's true.
Some kids are having the plan here, but I just think, having that clear plan and clear pathway of where you're going, having that carrot at the end of, a lot of them as well.
Well, they have over there in France in their setup. It's a 3-year contract. So again, that's a structure in itself, and that you got 3 years, and within that 3 years, you then graduate to become a GIF. But yeah, I just think we could do it here. I think we could do it here. We've got clubs, and maybe that's where you sort of turn away from. I guess if Super Rugby dies out, then you go back to your club rugby. Then you've got private sponsors, which work, that stuff sort of thing. So
I think definitely needs what needs to happen to the that gap, bridging the gap.
Yeah. Well, the under 20s looks pretty decent over the ditch there. So maybe sort of investing into that, making that a bit more good for the kids.
It's another thing. It's fun. Another thing I want to add. It's funny you say that, because the talent here in Melbourne that are decent talents, they're actually heading over to Japan and France. So there's things, and you probably would never heard of them until 5 years from now, and they'll be like, oh yeah, he was a Melbourne junior. So that is happening at the moment. Obviously not as highly exposed as obviously Tights boy, but I think it is happening. So it's not like this is a new thing or something. Guys in Melbourne now, they don't have the Rebels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least we can get the conversation started and fucking, get people thinking. And, I think that's the big thing with us rugby guys. We want the best to come out and for the best for the sport. Yeah. So
100%.
I don't know. I don't want to hate on it, but it would be awesome to sort of see some sort of development or some sort of plan, which I think Australian rugby is sort of on slowly trajectorying on an upward trajectory. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the fun stuff, eh?
Yeah. No, that was a good one, mate. And also a reminder, if you're watching and you got some thoughts on the subject, make sure you hit it down in the comments. It was good to read some of the comments in the previous episode. So make sure you write down in the comments, and it also helps us with the algorithm. But Nems, any try, no try? Freeney, you got a no try or?
I got a couple. You go, Nem.
No try. Nah, I got nothing.
Go, Freens.
All right, Rocky Elsa, mate. Got ourselves a little future boys. He's elusive on the field, and it seems like he's pretty elusive off it. Not really sure what's going on here. Of course, there's two sides to the story. But the big fella, he was my senior in grade 8. Didn't really know him. Haven't really. He's a bit of a mysterious character, actually. So good luck catching him, I reckon. You'll probably fucking cave your head in too if you do. So go hard, Rocky. We got your back, mate. Actually, we don't know what happened.
Good luck, mate. Both sides. Mate. Good luck, both sides. Yeah.
And I guess the next one. I want to sort of get over this subject, but I guess there's sort of a bit of a pin in it at the moment. But big Paulie Bennett, big Marcus Bennett, Miss Dagestan, Miss fucking Dagtanian, fucking whatever his name is.
D'Artagnan.
Mate, that is one of the funniest names, D'Artagnan. Like, where in the Hobbit collection did you find that name, mate? But, mate, I love a bit of GST on a story, and I don't mind telling a yarn, but I saw one today. The algorithm popped back in my algorithm, this whole Paulie Docs and Cass's debacle that's going on. She's gone underground, had a kid. There's another fucking whole other story there we're not going to get into, but apparently some bird started a rumour that Dagestan is fucking Cass's brother. And I was like, come on, let's put a pin in this. Let's just wait for her to clear the air. We'll try and find the big fella and probably edit this out. But yeah, he lied about not being here anymore. That's a bit basketball on as well. That's a new light that's come out. So, Paul, if you're out there, man,
He's definitely watching.
he's definitely watching. One haircut at a time, buddy. You'll be right. You're not a pilot.
Man, I actually, on the pilot thing, I actually picked him up from the aviator school. I remember for training at UQ. Picked him up from the aviator school down in Ascot or something, and I'm just thinking maybe he just walked there or something, and then he just got me to pick him up from there, just to pretend to keep his Scrams pilot. He said he was studying to be a pilot.
Maybe he just failed.
Yeah, true. He just failed and just got all the uniforms. Hey, he looks good in uniforms. I don't know.
He does, mate. Let's stop talking about the big fella. But yeah, that was my try and no tries.
Yeah.
Actually, one more try. We've stolen one from the bad guys.
Let's go.
From league. We
Shalom. Please tell me. Shalom.
Nah, she's signed for 3 years.
Nah, that's just one of the boys.
I want to hear it.
One of the boys in the nines, mate. He's come over to the good side. So one back for the good guys.
Yes.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, nice. A bit of context. We played in the Rugby League Nines. Oh, not we personally, but our team back played in the Rugby League Nines, and half leagueies, half union players. And Freeney was the coach and GM, MOANA. He managed to get one of the leagueies over, and is, I believe, one of the Hospital Cup teams. So big things coming. Big things coming.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. One more try.
Yeah.
Good for QPR. There's North of signed Tingele.
Saw that.
I saw that.
Winger.
He's fit now too.
Is he?
He's come back from Melbourne. I actually spoke to him when he was on his coming over. He's in transit up in wherever he was, and he was saying,
what he is?
Yeah, Melbourne. It's actually his club.
Yeah, that's it.
So a bit sus there, him leaving before Rocky's. Big shout out to Big Tingele, who I'm sure is going to light up that league up in Brisbane for North. So exciting for him. And I think it's good to see a club like North, get a good sign like that. They're always like the little brother of the North side teams.
Yeah.
So hoping they can be competitive this year.
Let's go, Norths. I had one try. There's word out about a possible bull around, sending similar to what Super Round was the last few years, but in Fiji. Wouldn't that be unreal? I haven't been to a DRUA game yet, but it looks sick, and probably that would be the sort of thing that we'd like to go over to try and get around that. So bull around would be unreal.
I'll probably lose my commentary gig that weekend, and they'll probably bring in the guys from Stand in New Zealand. They'll be like, "Yes, Sammy, Kenzie, have a week, mate."
Nah, mate.
I'll be spewing I'll be spewing if they did do that.
All right, so that was our try no tries. If you got any guys, but hey, just put them down, get that engagement going. Let us know your tries, no tries of the week. Now let's get into the action. Predictions. We didn't do so well again last week, but I got a good feeling about this week. Just like Swoopy says every week on the Coco show, the number one, we're obviously number two, only just. So first game on the Friday, only game on the Friday because we got a Sunday game. MOANA hosting the Chiefs in I'm not even going to try to say it, Pukekohe or something like that. Freeney, how do you see this one? And is it?
It's going to be a bloodbath, boys.
Is it?
You reckon?
I fucking hate to say it. I mean, and Pacifica's my tied second favorite team in the comp, but I'm just looking at the Chiefs. The Chiefs' buddy lineup is it's too good. It's too good. They're red hot this year. Their bench is red hot. So I'm unfortunately going to bet against MOANA this week. No Artie, which is a huge thing for them. Got Pellegrini at 10, which is still good, and our boy Tamoy Falau. But I just think it's going to open up towards the end of the second half. We're going 13 plus, baby.
Ooh, 13 plus, you reckon?
I'm sorry, man. I'm betting. No, I said to you guys, I'm betting with my head this week.
Okay.
I'm betting with my heart.
All right.
All right.
Nems, are you agreeing with Freeney? 13 plus or closer?
I don't agree with him on too many things, but this one I am. I just think, like Freeney said, no Artie. They've gone away from North Harbour, which, they were starting to build something there. Hopefully they get a big support base down there in Pukekohe. But, the Chiefs, what they did last week for the full 80 was just the Chiefs. And just goes to show the week they lost the week before was just, I guess a minor hiccup. And like Trini said, that last 60 minutes, that's when, the last 20 minutes or in the 60th minute, that's where the Chiefs really hurt teams. So I just think MOANA are going to put on a good fight. I think they'll score some freakish tries. Well, I hope.
Yeah.
I just think the Chiefs will be too strong. Mackenzie's there, the biggest thing there is no Artie. When Artie's not there, we'll see today. We'll see this weekend, right?
Yeah.
But hopefully we're proven wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'd like the Chiefs, the MOANA to win this.
Yeah. Hopefully, guys.
Not only that, they're obviously showing them some respect because, my God, that bench for the Chiefs is.
I just saw it now.
And I don't think they're resting anyone.
Nah.
I'm honest with you, that's a fucking solid team, and their bench, Cortez Retimo, Quinn Tapia, Jerome Brown, Talkiaho, Aiden Ross, mate, fuck.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a gun.
I was going to bet with my heart and go MOANA 1-12, but yeah, my head's looking at that bench. I think they're going to close, and we've seen Fonz has mentioned every week, the bench is really who's got the best bench wins the game. So yeah, let's lock in Chiefs 13 plus for that first game. All right, next game, first game on the Saturday at the Zoo in Dunedin. We'll save Frini for last, so we'll go Nems. Who are you going? And margin 1-12 or 13 pluses. Highlanders Reds.
Look, I thought the Highlanders played really well last week. Put in a good performance against Hurricanes. Those few opportunities that they missed, the Hurricanes really pounced on it. And obviously, we all know what their captain can do, Big Jim. He's going to be a handful for the Reds, I think. But they've got Hunter there and Filippo, who I think will be able to handle him. But after seeing the Reds play last week, I thought it was one of their most all-round performances. And I just think, and I hate saying this, but I just think the Reds are gonna win this. Close one, 1-12.
Ooh, okay. Frini. Frini, remember you did say you're going to use your head and have a look. Timothy's on the wing. Umanga Jensen's back. Tangi Tao's been killing it. Now, calculations. How's it feeling now?
Yeah, it's going to be a close one, boys. It's going to be 1-12.
Highlanders 1-12.
That's a solid Highlanders team. No, Reds 1-12. Highlanders got a solid team, but yeah, the Reds missing Nick Wright, which is a huge one this week. Does anyone know how long he's out for?
4 weeks.
Oh,
You just make it up.
Yeah, never get in the way of a line, mate.
But doesn't matter. We've got Johnny Bryan on. He's decent, mate. Josh Cannon. Fuck, how good's he?
he's good, man.
Yeah.
Mate, we're getting some good second rollers lately. Like, Australia are pumping out some good second rollers lately. Like, the last couple of years, they're really standing up. But, yeah, I like that team. And then we've got big Massimo DeLutis off the bench and Lucan Salakai Aloto. And so I think we're just gonna tip over. It's gonna be a close one. Highlanders, I fucking love them too. They're a really good side and they're tough, especially at home. And they've got a good side too. Some of those boys, like this year, they have been carving up. So it's going to be a close one, but I think Reds will do it.
All right. Well, this might be a week like the other week, like 2 weeks ago, where the favourites probably won't get done, mate. I've got a feeling the Highlanders, mate. Finn Hurley's back at the fullback there. So, mate, Smokey and Fabian Holland on the bench as well to come on and close it out. Still a few lineouts, but Reds lineup does look good. Can't lie. The bench is also strong with Lucan there. So we'll lock in. We'll go a few boys and we'll lock in Reds 1-12 in Dunners. Now, Blues hasn't been looking good for them lately. They only got the one win. They're hosting the Crusaders, who have been doing well. Nems, how do you see this one going? and Mark?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. No, Bowden Barrett.
He'll be out for a while, maybe 4 weeks too.
Perifetta comes in at 10. I thought he was solid. He's at 10 actually. 10. I think the Crusaders. I just think Eden Park doesn't, doesn't sort of shy away. Like they don't shy away from Eden Park. They've up until last year they've won 8 in a row there. So
holy shit.
They've got a good record against the Blues. It's always a big game when the Blues play the Crusaders, but I just feel that the Blues just a bit inconsistent lately. I'm not saying they're not being playing well. I thought they played well, but just on that scoreboard, they went down to the Chiefs last week. Again, they're going to be up for a big game, but again, no Bowden Barrett. He's not there. But then you look at the Crusaders side, especially after a week of having a good win at home. That's not a bad way to go up to Auckland and give the Blues what they've got. But that Crusaders front row, Tamati Williams, Cody Taylor, Fletcher Newell, fucking hell. These guys, the front rowers that's coming out. But this competition, the front rows in the competition here, just world class. So, but in saying that, Sever Reece, 2 tries out for becoming the top try scorer of the whole tournament. So you're gonna expect him to come out firing and take darts off 9. But I just like the Crusaders backline, and I just think I think they'll win this 1-12.
1-12.
Some would say the bloody penny would drop, eh?
Yeah. No, 100%. Like the Crusaders are starting to become the Crusaders of old.
Good one. I got it, mate. Good one. Freeney, how do you see this one? Is Penny's men going to get it done, just like Nem said?
Mate, they're going to get it done, 1-12. Was that Macca Springer, the guy who kept scoring on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. He's on the bench, mate. So, fuck, they've got some firepower coming off. But yeah, I reckon Crusaders. I love that Crusaders machine. They just rip in and they're just tough, and that they've been playing some really good footy. I can't see them losing.
All right, mate. Good matchup there in the centres. Will be a tasty one, and also matchup within the team. Noah Hotham's back to try and get his starting position back from Kyle Preston after that first round. So the 9's there for the Crusaders battling out. Will be good to see, and so we're going to lock in Crusaders 1-12 there at Eden Park.
Oh yeah, baby.
Now, not match of the round. The next game's going to be match of the round, but the Tars hosting the Brumbies in Sydney. Nems, can your old team get it done? Get back in the winner circle against Aussie's best, the Brums, or second best?
Look, it's going to be a hard game. I'm going to go with my heart here, and I'll go away from my heart. I just think 14 years, I think it is, since the last time the Brumbies have beaten the Waratahs. I could be wrong. It's well over a decade.
14 years?
No, 10 years. Sorry, 2014 was the last time they beat them.
Brumbies beat Waratahs?
No, the Tars beat the Brumbies in that semi-final. So I keep saying this, the Brumbies are a team that goes, they adjust to any condition. They play really well. Looking at their team, Rima comes into the starting lineup. I'd actually like him to come off the bench, because when he comes off the bench, there's no other player in this competition that has the impact that he does. But we got Rob Valentini coming back.
Yes.
That's massive. Like, that's big. Noel Olesio, again at 10, he's playing last week and then got through last week and this week. But that Brumbies team is it's lightning. But in saying that, the Waratahs, if they can, I'm sure they'll be disappointed with their set piece last week. No team should be getting a rolling maul from 30 metres out. You guys are forwards. As a winger, I would have just been
collapsed it. I would have just collapsed it.
Yeah. So, but I reckon they would have learnt their lesson, and knowing McKellar as a coach, that would have taken a hit to his pride. So imagine being the forward pack rocking into the forwards meeting on Monday. Oh,
is he pretty intense, from what I've heard? Yeah.
So when he's not happy, but it's going to be a tough game. I just think, look. Tane Edmonds on the bench. Has he done something wrong?
Hey, I don't know, mate. That was a weird one, because they were winning.
That for me is big. Yeah, that for me is big for him not to be starting. No disrespect to Lawson.
7:30 at night, so 7:30 at night, so it's not worried about the sun. So no.
No. But this is going to be a really close game. I just think this is going to come down to who makes the most errors.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to go Tars 1-12. I reckon they're going to beat the deadlock. They're going to beat it. They have to.
Okay, big call. All right.
It's coming. The Tars, let's go.
Well, he's still on the group chat, so I get it.
Mate, there's some good names there, but Freeney, how do you see this one?
Mate, I can't see the Brumbies losing this. It's going to be close, I reckon. I reckon it's going to be 1-12. But, yeah, that Brumbies team's gone. I really rate that. Bobby Valentini's back. I chucked him straight in my fantasy. I reckon he's going to have a huge one. But, you know, Corey Tour, Andy Muirhead, Len Ikitau, holy fucking hell, mate.
Yeah.
He is out. He's playing. He'd have to be one of, if not the best 13 in the world at the moment, I reckon. I'm calling it. But, yeah, Lachlan Lonigan, mate, he is unreal. Like, I haven't really watched him that hard. He's a hooker. He's a hooker, Lonigan. But when he come on last week, I think he actually might have started, but he was just, mate, he goes really hard. I really rate him and Billy Pollard. But, yeah, that front row coming in the second half is done. So, I can't see him losing. It's going to be close, though. I do agree with Nems on that. But, sorry, mate, I'm tipping the Brumbies.
1-12?
1-12.
All right. So I'll be the one to decide. I'm going to have to go with Freeney as well. Just the momentum. Tars always strong at the start there, but then there's always little errors in their game. I think maybe that's age, and these Brumbies boys have played together for years, so I think they're going to get it done. And then Bobby's back, mate. Bobby's back. Bobby is back, mate. So I'll probably push him 13 plus there just with Bobby back. So, but we'll settle down and go Brums 1-12 on that one. Now, game of the round out west. Game of the round. Western Force hosting Fijian and DRUA. Hopefully they got there safely, the DRUA boys, and didn't have to take a truck all the way from Sydney. Now, Nems, how do you see this one going, mate?
Yeah, well, obviously the Force were probably less than last week against the Crusaders. They've got all their big dogs back. Ben Donaldson comes back. I just think it's going to be there's no Celestino Robert Armanda. Caleb Muntz gets pushed to 5'8". He's starting this week, which pushes Isaiah Ravula to the bench. Buate Karualevu has been benched. So, but in saying that, Drossese comes back in. Except for Masi there. I'm really happy with the way Trindaki Some Wanderers playing. Look, I just think the Force, Ikanaveta's back and captain. I think when he's not starting, that's
massive, mate.
Yeah,
you know,
he'd have to be top 5 hookers in the world at the moment.
Yeah,
top
you
3.
Need to be starting someone like that. And I get it around, rotations and whatnot, but to see him back in there is good. No Frank Lamani. Penny Matawalu comes in, which pushes Kuravoli to the bench. But look, the Force on paper
starting.
Yeah, Kuravoli starting.
Yeah, Kuravoli starting. So on paper, the Force look unbelievable. You got fucking Dylan Peach, Heyman Stewart, Stuart Tompkins, Harry Potter, Matt Greeley. I've been a big fan of Matt Greeley, like I said in last pods, playing at fullback there. But look, this is going to be the last game for DRUA before they go on a bye. The Force have the record over them. They've never won there. So I'm going to back DRUA to win this. I think they've got nothing to lose. They've got a week off.
Let's go.
They got, and must I add, every time the Force win against at home at HBF Park, they win by 5 points or less. So unless you're putting 30 or 40 over DRUA, that's a dangerous game you want to get into when you're playing when you're trying to protect the scoreboard. So I'm going to back DRUA here for 1-12. They got the bye next week. They've had a long sort of 3-4 weeks. I just think they're going to play some magic. And I'm going to go. I'm going to go DRUA 1-12.
No, Nah, come on, Freddie. Don't fall for it, mate.
Me too,
Come on,
brother.
mate.
Me
You
too.
got
Mate,
Nick
your head.
Berry as ref.
Yeah.
Nick Berry is ref. He's a great ref. We don't have Damon. I'm saying not a bad thing. We won Damon, but
Nah, mate.
um,
The Drew's going to win 1-12. They're going
1
to
to
throw
12.
the kitchen sink and their suppers at them, mate. We're on. Let's go. Mate, Massey, Logani Massey, and DRUA Sisse. Brass, say no more.
Nah.
Um,
Okay.
must I add though? I just got to add one more thing. The Force, if they start, Force is a team. I think they're not like the Brumbies. They'll stick to their game plan no matter what situation. If the DRUA start playing running rugby, throwing the ball around, I feel the Force are going to get sucked into that.
Yeah.
And DRUA are just going to beat them.
Yeah, I'm just, it's more the forward pack. You got Tizano and Jeremy and Darcy Swain. What am I saying? Yeah, Drew's going to win, mate. 1-12. They're just gonna turn it on, mate. Like you said, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at them. They got to buy next week. What do they got to lose, mate? You know?
Yeah, exactly. They're on holiday mode already, mate. But hey, I'll go with you guys. You guys both said Drew 1-12, so we go
This is the
Drew.
upset of the round, mate.
Nah, Drew 1-12. Just remember last year, this same game, Drew were on fire, winning all their games at home. Then they travelled to WA and got absolutely pantsed, and ruined my multi that time too. So I'm remembering that, and also remembering.
Yeah, remember it, mate. It's a year's gone, mate. No one gives
A lot happened, mate.
Yeah.
We'll go DRUA 1-12, but yeah, I would have gone Force 13 plus, mate.
No, you wouldn't.
13 plus, mate. So yeah, make sure you lock them in and bet responsibly. We will make it a bit of a mega multi with the Super Rugby AUPIKI and Super Rugby W, and also Six Nations. But we'll get into that quickly after fantasy update. I just updated. I lost to JT by 2 points. Heartbroken. I was refreshing all week and it didn't refresh or didn't add any more points. So I did lose. I'm down. I've lost 4. Only won 1. But but we can turn it around. We can turn it around. Just got to make the final 8. Friends, how did you go?
I just lost to Fonz.
Oh,
It would have been 10 points, I think, in it.
tough. But yeah, that's a quick little fantasy update powered by Groutflix. All right, now let's make this a mega multi. Starting off with Super Rugby AUPIKI. Power haven't won a game yet versus Matatu. Surely Matatu, we're locking in Matatu.
Yeah, Matatu.
Yeah, Matatuba.
Matatu, lock in. Chiefs and Blues. Replay.
Blues.
Okay, locking in Blues. Unbeaten
gonna win,
Blues.
mate.
Continue that unbeaten run. Now over this side of the ditch, Super W, Brumbies hosting the Reds. Charlotte Caslick starting at 15. Kramer's moved from 15 to 10. Kara Stallinger down on the bench. How do we see this one? The Reds?
Oh, look, I'll start because this is Freeney. You can finish. Laurie Kramer at 10. How good? Oh, mate, it's good to see her. I think her playing at 10 will be. She's got good ball skills. She'll be able to distribute. And all she needs to do, right, is get the ball to Sawasal.
Yeah.
Shalom Sawasal. Just get the ball to her. Let her do a thing, and you guys just all follow. Because I actually I think it's good the fact that she's gone to 10. I think the old legs probably a fullback there, but I just think her kicking game will be good for that back line. Caslick comes in at fullback. I think potentially that could be her spot moving forward. But yeah, I think. But in saying that, the Brumbies hard done by last week just to go down in that final moment against the DRUA in Lautoka. So they get to host the Reds. I as much as I'd love the Reds to win this, I just think the Brumbies will be too strong. I just saw their game against the DRUA and they were really their set piece, their forwards owned the show, and they just took their chances. So I'm going to go big Brumbies.
Oh, okay.
1-12.
Franny?
Well, I'm going the Reds, mate. We don't like losing. There's a couple of tries there where, just unlucky. Bit of bad footing, and caught on the back foot there. So it's probably a bit harder to get run around at 10, but I reckon it'll be good. The girls will they'll come back stronger this week, I reckon. I'm saying 1-12. Catholic to score in the corner to win it. I'm not sure what happened with Dallinger there. She's been good.
All right, so we'll lock in the Reds because I think the Reds are going to do this one over in Canberra. Now, Force versus DRUA over in WA, doubleheader. This is the first game. Nems, how do you see this one?
Oh, this is going to be the battle. I think this will be what forward pack wins this will win the game.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we all know Drew has been pretty dominant at set piece. I think that's their bread and butter. That has been the last few games. So, but in saying that Force forward pack, Sarah Nagama, you got who you got? The Ash Mars playing. Braxton Walker. She's there. It's going to be a good that forward pack. Like I know they got dominated against the Tars when they played them in Sydney, but I just think them playing at home is going to be a big game. Also, DRUA women's are travelling. I think the day before, so it's a big flight.
Oh, really?
3 hours to Sydney, I think, and then 8 hours or 5 hours across. So it's like a 9-hour flight.
Oh, Force.
But
Skyscanner. I hope they use our Skyscanner link.
But I just think, I think whoever wins the set piece up front will dominate this game. And just a piece of advice. I'm not a forwards coach or anything, but if you're dominating in the 22 and you get a penalty, go for the scrum. Wouldn't you do? At least you get a yellow card out of it.
100% is the best.
They go, they get bored of it and they start quick tapping. I was like, whoa. But anyway.
It depends on scrum you're in, but yeah, if you're doing well.
DRUA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're doing well, why not?
DRUA scrum is by far the best scrum in the comp. They should just keep doing it until they yellow card the entire front row.
Yeah, I mean, the rest don't do it, but they should be doing it. But again, the Force is showing up, like I said earlier, they got Ashley Masters. She's a freak. She's actually from here, to be fair. So she's been playing really well consistently. From the DRUA side, Nakodi's on the bench. So she's going to look. They're going to look for her to come off and get some impact off the bench. Naham, who at 12, she's been playing really well. But it's that 10 for me. Mere Wairita Naivosa. She put that little chip chase over on the weekend. I don't know if you saw that. And they scored under the post. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game. If it's dry pitch, expect some rugby surface. But I'm going to tip.
You're going to tip, mate.
Force, come on, mate. Use your head. Force, come on, mate. That long flight.
Force 1-12.
Oh, it's a good day to be a great day, guys, because I am the same.
Yeah. Like
Force,
Franny said, we've got to think with our heads this time.
Yeah. But yeah, Franny, we're going to lock in the Force. I'll probably go even 13 plus as well, just like the men's game, but make sure you bet responsibly on that one. But let's make it a mega multi, quick one. Women's Six Nations kicks off this weekend. Ireland, France. Who are we going?
I'm going for England, mate.
Ireland versus France in that first game.
Oh,
France.
Ireland's got the sevens girls. Okay. I would have gone Ireland, but we'll go France with these boys. They'll get it right next week when they see Ireland go. Scotland, Wales.
The Welsh, mate. They're gonna stick it to them.
Okay. I'll go Scotland.
Yeah, we'll go the Welsh. We'll give them something.
Okay. So we lock in Wales in the second game. And lastly,
don't add this multi.
And lastly, England versus Italy in England. This should be a big smacking.
Italy.
England should be winning by a massive margin here. So I'm not going to ask the boys here. We'll make sure you bet responsibly and lock in England. Now we've got a question here. Next question. Names top 5 Super Rugby players so far this year. Top 5.
Oh,
only 5. Only 5.
Only 5. Okay, I'm going to go 1. I want to go.
Help him out, Freeney. Surely D-Max in there.
Yeah, help me out. Throw some names in. Sever Reese, 1.
Sever Reese? Yep. Yep.
Will Jordan, since he's been
Artie
back.
Xavier too. Artie Xavier,
Yeah.
Tom Wright.
Fraser McWright.
Tom Wright. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Fraser McWright.
Isaiah, on stats wise, I'm going to go Ravela, Isaiah Armstrong, Ravela.
Okay.
So, and number, I'd have to go.
Fraser
I'd have to go Tom. Is it Liner?
Fraser
Tom Liner.
McWright, mate.
Okay. No respect for the forwards. So that's Nem's top 5.
Well, you asked me the question, so
Yeah.
my
See.
answer's
Yeah.
right?
No. Let's play on, mate. He's
No,
playing
but-
on.
Mate, in saying that, if we do it properly, it'd be all forwards. This whole thing would be a whole forward. Fraser McWright, Wilson, like we pretty much, you know what I mean. I'd even throw in there. Who's what's his name? Reamer.
Luke Reamer.
Mate, it's more than 5. Like there's just so many. But that's top of my head, and I'll probably get crucified for it. But
Nah. Yeah. To even it out for anyone, out of respect for the forwards, who's your top 5 Super Rugby so far? You can add backs if you want to. No one asks.
Yeah, I'll go Artie, McWright, Wilson, Tizano,
yeah,
Any
Raymer.
Kiwis? Any Kiwis there?
and
or-
Raymer.
Okay, very, very Australian strong. Make sure you.
but even that though, hey friends, like there's so many.
Yeah, there
Like,
is so many. It kind of vary.
it can
Oh,
vary-
mate, he's good, mate. But yeah,
Yeah.
So, good question though.
yeah. And if you got your top 5, make sure you let us know in the comments. But Freeney, we did our shout outs on the Monday app. But Nems, if you got another shout out, you got a shout out before the Freeney goes?
My shout out is to your overall draft pick number 1, Kenny Teller. Not congratulations on him. Obviously, he got your overall draft, but I was my phone was going off because his roomie was complaining why he didn't get picked in this tour to Hong Kong. So yeah, shout out to him. Keep training hard, mate, JT, and we'll you'll be in that team next time.
I
Sure.
was just about to actually say my shout out goes to JT. I mean, he's been. I haven't seen many gym snaps since the other week. The stories since the other week, but he's definitely living his life in a balance, isn't he? Like there's gym, food, and mate, just keep fighting the good fight. You're doing well, buddy. One foot in front of the other, and just keep trucking, mate.
Yeah. No.
And I must say, his attention to details when it comes to the women's rugby, second to none. World Rugby should really hire him.
He's very intelligent, very, just
he is.
fine details.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a wanker.
All right, guys. Thanks for calling in, guys. If you're listening, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next week. See you, boys.
Step up.